What's up, fantasy friends? I'm Carrie Oehm from HotRoster today, and after 266 games and 1,361 touchdowns, just two teams remain. The New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons are heading to Houston for Super Bowl 51. Will Tom and Bill add a fifth Super Bowl to their legacy? We won't know for another 2 weeks, but before we start previewing the matchup, I'm here to highlight some studs and duds from the conference championships. I have to start things off with Chris Hogan. Before we get into why he's a winner on my list, I just want to highlight his journey to the NFL. This guy played 4 years of lacrosse at Penn State, then went on to play 1 year of football at Mammoth, went undrafted, and was cut by 4 NFL teams. During his entire college career, he had 12 receptions for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then on Sunday during the conference championships, this guy goes off. He set a Patriots record for most receiving yards in a playoff game with 180 on 9 receptions and 2 touchdowns. That is incredible. His 180 yards are actually the most in a postseason game by an undrafted player ever. And this also coming from a guy who caught just 2 touchdown passes all season in 2015 with the Bills. But nonetheless, Hogan is a huge winner this weekend. Now, with Hogan's success, there also has to be a loser in this situation, and that would be the Steelers' defense. At times, it looked as though Tomlin's young defensive backs were scatterbrained against Tom Brady. And as impressive as the Steelers' run D was, the secondary allowed big plays to Hogan and Julian Edelman. Brady was able to complete 32 of 42 passes for 3 touchdowns and a career playoff best 384 yards, while making the number 4 receiver Hogan look like an all-pro in his second postseason game. Brady was given too much time to find open receivers, as the 3-time Super Bowl MVP was only hit 3 times and sacked twice. In fact, looking beyond yesterday, the Steelers haven't been able to contain terrific Tom ever. Brady was thrown 22 touchdowns against the Steelers since they last intercepted one of his passes back in 2005. On the other side, Atlanta ran all over Green Bay, and Julio Jones is a freak. This guy was an absolute stud in the NFC Championship game, and he actually posted the same stat line as Hogan did on Sunday. That would be 9 receptions, 180 yards, and 2 scores. And he did it while playing hurt. Jones battled through damage to 2 ligaments and was dealing with a mid-foot sprain. However, his highlight reel performance was one for the books. Outside the scoring, Jones showed phenomenal hands, concentration, and leaping ability while being flipped over on a 23-yard grab over the middle. He also got things going early with his 3rd down catch to help extend the Falcons' incredible streak of 8 straight games with a TD on the opening drive. And he also became the only player in NFL history with multiple 150-yard receiving games in 2 separate conference championships. He also did so in 2012. Just insanity. So Mr. Jones, welcome to my winners list. One of Mr. Jones' buddies also made it on my winners list. Matt Ryan was a magician Sunday as he masterfully directed the league's top scoring offense to yet another dominant performance. Matty Ice completed 27 of 38 passes for 392 yards and 4 scores, with a rushing touchdown as well. He's the 4th QB to have 4 TD passes and a rushing TD in a playoff game, and his 4 scores through the air are a Falcons single-game postseason record. So congrats to Matty Ice. You not only set records, but you definitely are a front runner on my winners list and my choice for league MVP. Now, fun little fact, he's faced every NFL team and at least twice in his career, beating all but 2 of those teams, the Steelers and Patriots, and he'll get a chance to knock that list in half when he gets the Patriots on the biggest stage, Super Bowl 51. My final loser has to be Dennis Harrison, and I know many of you are probably like, who is this guy? Well, he's the guy who pulled the fire alarm at the Steelers hotel early Sunday morning around 3:40 a.m. The alarm apparently only lasted about half an hour, which meant the Steelers and coaches didn't have to evacuate, but seriously, anyone who pulls a fire alarm has to end up on a loser's list. It's reported that his guy was not even a guest at the hotel and had no legitimate reason to be at the hotel in the first place. Harrison was charged with disorderly conduct, disturbing peace, and setting off a false fire alarm. And that's it for my winners and losers list. Make sure you join us tomorrow when Hannah Norman digs into the waiver wire pickups. And for those of you who don't know what HotRoster is, check it out. Go to HotRoster.com, download the app, and give it a try. It's like no other fantasy game you've ever played. Then for some help winning the game, check out HotRoster today with Cam Stewart and Gary and Thorne every weekday at 4:30 Eastern, only on the Fantasy Sports Network. For HotRoster Now, I'm Carrie Oehm.